Okay, so it's January 2021. We're standing here in our garden. This is a new piece of land that we've just bought in December, and that adds to the land that we've got around the house, which would be about 1,000 metres squared. This area, we've cleared a lot of fallen trees from here, and also some damaged trees. This willow had a overhanging branch that was quite dangerous, so that's been cleared away. And we've also cleared a lot of undergrowth. There were bramble and ground elder. We probably haven't dealt with those yet. And then also the dry stone wall. There's a long stretch of dry stone wall right along the edge of the property, and that was quite damaged, and we've had that repaired, so that looks a lot better now. And it's quite cold today. It's about -2 degrees, and we've had some lovely fluffy snow which has covered up our pathways here. While we were clearing, we noticed that there was the outline of what might have been a farmer's garden, what they call a barn garden here, where they would have grown vegetables. So we'd like to try and recreate that.
So we've laid out some string where we think the paths are going to go, and Christine's going to stand in the middle of the 4 quadrants that make up the barn garden.
So I'm kind of standing in the middle of the 2 crossed paths. A traditional farmer's garden would have had an outside fence to keep out wild animals, and then paths intersecting with a little roundel here, and 4 beds. And I'm hoping to do a crop rotation so that each of these beds has a different type of crop every year and uses the soil the best way. Then outside the beds there'll be a path right round the outside of within the fence for access, and I'm hoping to have a compost area over there. And just behind the farmer's garden, so the back fence, we'll plant a few fruit trees to have a little mini orchard, maybe Mirabelle and wild cherry. And then behind that we've got an area that we'll make into a wildflower meadow, but particularly for caterpillars. So it's going to be our caterpillar garden, by planting things that the caterpillars like to eat, like sorrel and grasses, or letting them grow and not cutting very often. So you had some special target species there.
Yeah, the sorrel. We've got a lot of sorrel around here, and there are some nice species that we saw the first year we were here. Lots of foresters, we see those every year, but we also saw some purple-edged copper butterflies the first year we were here, and we haven't seen them since. And the way the land is being managed, it's changed from being grazed by sheep to being grazed by cows, and obviously all the plants are trampled outside this garden. So our hope is that we can sort of have a bit that's sort of secure for caterpillars to thrive, and maybe we can get those purple-edged coppers back again.
The fence that we're going to put up replaces the horrible old chicken wire fence that we had here. We've removed that, and that will also hopefully keep the cattle out then, so that this can be a bit of a sanctuary for wildlife.
Yeah, you can see the metal poles there that are left behind, and we'll get those sawn off and replaced by a nice wooden fence, low one.